Kerlita is the most innovative ceramic concept developed by Cotto d'Este, which allows for the creation of unique solutions and a new dimension of decoration. It is manufactured by means of a matchless and revolutionary production process to obtain laminated stoneware with exceptional technical and aesthetic features, with a thickness of only 3 millimeters and innovative sizes such as the 3 meters by 1. Kerlita is resistant, extra large, perfectly flat, thin and light, easy to cut, drill and install, reliable and guaranteed. Being extremely thin, Kerlita is the most eco-compatible product currently available on the market. Kerlita is a porcelain stoneware slab of a large size, offered in 3 versions to fulfill any requirement. Kerlita, with its thickness of only 3 millimeters, is ideal for wall tiling both in homes and public environments. Kerlita Plus is reinforced by means of fiberglass mesh applied to the rear side of the slab. Kerlita Plus is ideal for the application on existing floors or new screeds in both domestic areas and areas subject to heavy pedestrian traffic. Kerlita Twin is a 2-layer slab that has been reinforced inside with fiberglass mesh. It is the ideal solution for floors subject to considerable loads. Mark the shape to cut on the surface of the slab. Use an angle grinder with diamond disc for porcelain stoneware. Perform the cut as shown. During this operation, use a dust-proof mask, gloves and protective goggles. Holes can be drilled using a standard drill with a tungsten bit for diameters up to 8 millimeters. For larger holes, use cutting discs. It is recommended to wear a dustproof mask, gloves and protective goggles. When tiling corners or steps, the use of profiles is recommended. Slabs of the 300 by 100 centimetre size are very flexible and can be shifted by hand using a special frame fitted with suction cups. Raise the slab at the centre of its long side, move it to its upright position and hold it in place from the edge. This slab must be moved by 2 persons. Rest the frame against the slab and make sure that the suction cups are firmly attached to it. Grasp the frame and lift the slab whilst keeping it in its upright position. Since large slabs are very flexible, handling should be performed as follows. 3 metre side. Keep the forks as wide as possible. A width of about 1 metre is recommended. Insert forks at the centre of the pallet and lift. One metre side. Apply special extensions to the forks. The extensions should be at least 2.5 metres long. Insert forks into the pallet, paying attention to how much they are tilted. Now lift the pallet. To install Carlita on an interior plastered wall, you will need the following tools. Trowel with 3 to 4 mm straight teeth. Rubber-coated trowel for tapping. Spacer crosses. The recommended size is at least 1 mm. After making any necessary cuts on the slab, pipes or electrical boxes, spread the adhesive by performing wide semicircular movements using a trowel with straight teeth. The slab must be lifted by 2 persons. Rest the slab against the wall. Use suction cups to insert spacers or spacer crosses. Tap the surface of the slab with the rubber-coated trowel. This operation will considerably improve adhesion of the slab on the wall. To install Carlita on an existing wall, use the following tools. Trowel with 3 mm straight teeth. Rubber-coated trowel for tapping. Spacer crosses. The recommended size is at least 1 mm. Spread adhesive all over the surface using a trowel with straight teeth. Finish by means of straight movements all over the surface. Place the slab in its correct position on the surface. Use suction cups to dislodge the slab just enough to insert the spacer crossings. Tap the surface of the slab with the rubber-coated trowel. To cut to measure, use the following tools: glass cutter, abrasive sponge, emery paper or angle grinder with an abrasive disc for finishing the edge. Engrave the surface of the slab as shown. Move the glass cutter along the cutting line, exerting enough pressure to obtain a continuous and clear engraving. After engraving, it is sufficient to bend the slab to detach the two pieces. Finish the edge of the slab with an abrasive sponge, emery paper or an abrasive disc. To install Carlita Plus 300 by 100 cm on a new screed, you will need the following tools: trowel with 8mm tilted teeth for spreading the adhesive on the screed, trowel with 3mm straight teeth for spreading the adhesive on the rear side of the slab, rubber-coated trowel for tapping, spacer crosses. The recommended size is 2mm. Make sure the screed is perfectly flat. Start spreading the adhesive using the trowel with tilted teeth, performing wide semicircular movements. After completing the first application, finish by means of straight movements all over the surface. To ensure perfect adhesion of Carlita Plus, it's also necessary to spread adhesive all over the rear side of the slab. To do this, use the trowel with straight teeth and spread to obtain vertical stripes of adhesive. Add and spread adhesive on the four corners of the slab and on the edges as shown. This operation is necessary to avoid gaps under the slab. Gaps can compromise mechanical resistance of the floor. In this case, to guarantee better adhesion of the slab, make sure that after installation, the spreading direction on the screed is perpendicular to the spreading direction on the rear side of the slab. The slab must be lifted by two persons. Rest the edge on the floor and guide the slab down until it is resting on the screed. Using suction cups, dislodge the slab just enough to insert the spacer crosses that determine the width of the grouting joint. For this use, we recommend a joint of at least 2mm. Tap the surface of the slab with the rubber-coated trowel. This operation will eliminate any air gaps between the two layers of adhesive and will considerably improve adhesion of the slab. Never walk on the floor during and after installation until the adhesive has dried. Since the slab is particularly large and thin, it is highly recommended to wait at least 48 hours before treading on the surface and at least 15 days before actually using it. To install Carlita Plus on existing floors, use the following tools. Trowel with 6mm tilted teeth. Trowel with 3mm straight teeth. Rubber-coated trowel for tapping. Spacer crosses. The recommended size is at least 2mm. Make sure the floor is perfectly flat. As far as old glazed ceramic floors are concerned, it's recommended to wash with a solution of water and caustic soda, followed by thorough rinsing. If it is not possible to clean with chemicals, adopt mechanical abrasion systems. Start spreading the adhesive using the trowel with tilted teeth, performing wide, semicircular movements. After completing the first application, finish by means of straight movements all over the surface. To ensure perfect adhesion of Carlita Plus, it's also necessary to spread adhesive all over the rear side of the slab. To do this, use the trowel with straight teeth and spread to obtain vertical stripes of adhesive. Add and spread adhesive on the 4 corners of the slab and on the edges as shown. This operation is necessary to avoid gaps under the slab. Gaps can compromise mechanical resistance of the floor. In this case, to guarantee better adhesion of the slab, make sure that after installation, the spreading direction on the screed is perpendicular to the spreading direction on the rear side of the slab. As you can see, by lifting the slab previously installed, the adhesive will be evenly spread on the floor and on the slab, hence creating the best conditions for adhesion. Rest the slab on the surface. Use suction cups to insert the spacer crosses. Tap the surface of the slab with the rubber-coated trowel. Never walk on the floor during and after installation until the adhesive has dried. As a general rule, a floor can be walked on after at least 24 hours from completing installation. Always make reference to the drying time indicated by the manufacturer of the adhesive. To cut to measure, use the following tools. Glass cutter, cutter, abrasive sponge, emery paper or angle grinder with an abrasive disc for finishing the edge. Engrave the surface of the slab as shown. Move the glass cutter along the cutting line, exerting enough pressure to obtain a continuous and clear engraving. After engraving, it is sufficient to bend the slab to detach the 2 pieces. Cut the fiberglass with a standard cutter. Finish the edge of the slab with an abrasive sponge, emery paper or an abrasive disc. To install Carlita Twin on a new screed, use the following tools. Trowel with 6mm tilted teeth. Rubber-coated trowel for tapping. Spacer crosses. The recommended size is at least 2mm. Make sure the slab is perfectly flat. Start spreading the adhesive using the trowel with tilted teeth, performing wide semicircular movements. After completing the first application, finish by means of straight movements all over the surface. Double spreading is not necessary. To handle Carlita Twin, use of the special frame is recommended. Rest the slab on the screen. Tap the surface of the slab with the rubber-coated trowel. This operation will eliminate any gaps and allow for perfect adhesion of the slab to the screen. Never walk on the floor during and after installation until the adhesive has dried. As a general rule, a floor can be walked on after at least 24 hours from completing installation. Always make reference to the drying time indicated by the manufacturer of the adhesive. To cut Carlita Twin to measure, use an angle grinder with diamond disc for porcelain stoneware. Perform the cut as shown. During this operation, use a dust-proof mask, gloves and protective goggles.